Alright my friends, so today we are going to talk about whether you should summon for Vita or you should save your crystals for Sparkle, and I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail, and without any further ado, let's just get started. So first of all, let's take a look at Vita. Vita is going to be a lightning mecha type Valkyrie, which is something that we need a lot actually in the current meta. From the start of part 2, I feel like they have been actually giving us more and more Valkyries that we need in the meta, rather than just buffing one singular basically element or one singular type of Valkyrie. They are actually giving us a variety of Valkyries, which is pretty cool actually, because in part 1 usually they buffed one certain element or one certain type, and they just kept on buffing that certain type or element way too much. This time it seems like they are actually giving us more variety. Now yes, there are certain elements or types, like for example Quantum, that isn't getting buffed every time and it's basically being ignored a lot, but in general I feel that the variation is a lot better this time. However, she is going to be definitely very useful in the current meta, and she is the only one other than Coralie who can actually work with every other part 2 character. Now obviously she is going to work optimally with a certain team, but she can also work with every other Valkyrie without any problem, which is extremely good for her, and it's definitely a plus for her whether you want to summon for her or not. Her animations are absolutely phenomenal. Her game mechanics are very good as well. I think that overall she definitely is worth summoning for. However, is she worth summoning for enough to skip Sparkle? Now if you are a whale, obviously this video isn't for you. You can just spend your money as you wish, and if you want to summon for both of them, summon for both of them. I am talking with the free-to-play players who can't afford to summon for both of them, especially with the fact that we are going to get a new weapon and new stigmata set for Harsher of Finality Kiana as well, which is going to make it even harder to be able to save your crystals. So in my opinion, if you want to go for Vita, she is definitely worth summoning for. If you like Vita, you want to get her battle suit, then 100% she is worth summoning for. However, if you want to summon for Sparkle, just keep in mind one very important thing. Sparkle is actually a collab character, and she is an S rank Valkyrie, which means that she is going to be basically summonable only, unlike the other collab Valkyries that we got before, because usually we got them as A rank Valkyries, so we got them basically for free. Sparkle is going to be summonable only, so we will see how they are going to handle her. They are either going to handle her basically they are going to handle her in the way where they are going to rerun her banner later on, or they aren't going to rerun her banner, and that is going to be a big problem. If they decide that she is a summonable collab Valkyrie and they decide to not rerun her banner again, that is going to be a major problem, because that means that if you don't summon for her right now, you will never have the chance to get her. And that is basically what I want you to keep in mind when you summon for Vita. If you really want to try to get Sparkle, this might be, I am saying might, this might be the only chance for you to get Sparkle. However, Vita, we know for a damn sure she is coming back later on. She is a guaranteed to come back. So this is basically something that is making me a little bit worried about Sparkle, because if they decide that no, she is a summonable S rank Valkyrie that is a collab character, we are going actually to never rerun her banner again, that is going to be definitely a blow to everyone who summoned for Vita and wanted to summon for Sparkle as well, but they don't have enough crystals, so they would want her banner to rerun. Either way, she is going to be a quantum fire type Valkyrie, which is actually another type that is definitely needed very much right now in the meta. So as you can see, as I said before, they are giving us actually a variety of types and elements of Valkyries, which is very good. I think that this is definitely one of the types that they never buffed that much, which is basically quantum. So seeing them giving us a quantum Valkyrie is definitely very good. And then she is fire, and I believe, I don't know, when was the last fire quantum type Valkyrie that we got? Was it in part 1? And for a long while ago, I think. Yeah, was it Velvy? Was it Velvy? I don't know, maybe it was Velvy. Oh my god, if it is Velvy, that is just for eternity ago. But either way, this is actually definitely a very useful combination to have, and she is definitely going to be extremely useful in the current meta, and I think that she is definitely worth summoning for. Not to mention that she is a collab Valkyrie, so she is something that is going to be done once and that's it. You are never going to see her again, not as a rerun. She might be a rerun, however, as another Valkyrie that is called Sparkle, you will never see another Valkyrie that is called Sparkle. Vita, on the other hand, has a very high chance to have a new form later on that is going to be basically another playable Vita character. So we will see how that is going to go. In my opinion, I think that depending on how your own roster seems like, you either going to summon for Sparkle or for Vita. If one of them is actually your favorite, go for it. Don't even care about the other one, because the game is here for you to enjoy it, and you enjoy it when you use the Valkyries that you enjoy using. If Vita is your favorite, go for Vita. If Sparkle is your favorite, go for Sparkle. That is all you should care about in a game. You should never care about the meta more than your enjoyment. Your enjoyment should be always #1 priority. Now, if you do care about the meta, I feel like the Quantum Fire type is going to be much better, because we usually get multiple mecha characters, and even if they aren't lightning specifically, they are still going to be mecha and they are going to be good enough, but we don't actually usually get Quantum that much, and that's why I think that Quantum is going to be a little bit more useful for you in the meta, especially with the fact that Quantum is the only way to defeat Quantum and to be able to break that shield on them. So having a Quantum type Valkyrie that is newly released in the game is definitely going to be extremely useful for you in the meta. Either way, I think that I am going actually to most likely summon for the new Stigmata set and weapon for Harsher of Finality. And depending on how many crystals I have left, I might summon actually for Vita or save for Sparkle. I think that I am going to save for Sparkle most likely, just due to the fact that, as I said before, she is a Valkyrie that we might never see again, and I want to get her. She is Sparkle. She is definitely worth summoning for, and Vita is coming back later on regardless, so I think that I might actually save for Sparkle, but we will see later on. Either way, don't forget to let me know your opinion about it in the comments section below. Are you going to summon for Sparkle or are you going to summon for Vita? And make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail. And until next time, see you as always in the next video.